even though you may not have imagined it. You know, if you look at this one, people start thinking, oh God, aerial views and all this kind of stuff. Okay, or you can do this. Instead of getting that worked up about it, you can. You could also just do this, like, okay, here's two lines. All right? And instead of thinking of it as this complicated aerial view, you could think of it as looking down a hallway. You guys see what I mean? So you need to make a building. Okay. You could just draw this down into the floor. Okay, now you have another one over here. Okay, and this one, now I can't tell because you've got the line going like this, which Vanessa, you certainly could do, but that would mean it's oriented at a different angle. But you could also do this. See what I mean? And then you just act like you're drawing down a hallway, you know, and so here are your basic, you know, here's a basic cube-like shape. You see what I mean? So it's really just 1 point perspective flipped 90 degrees. All right, now I want to do something different from that. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take Raphael's sketch here and show kind of how you could develop this. Now, Raphael, I don't believe you did this mostly by eye, right? Not mechanical? Okay, that's what I thought. Now, I chose this one because I think it'll be a good demonstration for you guys. Now, some of you guys will have ones that initially look more complex, but really they all will be a similar process to what I'm about to do. Now, the first question people usually come up with is, well, you know, okay, so I've got this weird tilt. How do I deal with this? You go like this. Let's see. Okay. And you just tilt it the way you want it. Really, all you have to do is, okay, so this is complicated. Well, now I'm just going to go like that. You know, and draw everything straight. Draw these lines as verticals. Okay, right about there, that's good. And it just makes my life easier. So, you know, don't worry about the tilting part, that's no big deal. Now here's, what I would encourage you to start with is start with something that is an important element of your composition. Now why would you start with an important element in your composition? Because right now this is your picture. Okay, is this where you want us to go? Okay, then that's where I'd start with. So I'm going to start by kind of roughing in this object I'm going to draw. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Basically, what you're doing is you're going to take a basic box-like shape like this and use it to determine all of the mechanics in your picture. Now here's why you choose the focal point, because I'm going to determine that and you're going to see things are going to have to change. And so if I make this one exactly what I want, everything else can slide a little bit. You see what I mean? Okay, so here's how you would do that. First thing I would do is I'd go like this. Okay, that gives me a vanishing point on that side. Now over here, Okay, this is headed for a vanishing point. So, you guys, I'm gonna fake this a little bit. Let me do it this way. I should have put the image over more, I should have seen that coming. But this'll be fine for our purposes, this is just a quick sketch. Okay, so now I have an eye level. And I'm gonna actually, because I now have an eye level, I'm gonna straighten this out a little bit. So if that's my eye level, I have a vanishing point here, and I have a vanishing point over here. Now, I want you to notice something. So here's the picture frame that is desired, according to my original sketch. So, what's the next thing I have to do? The next thing I have to do is I have to find a cone of vision and a station point and measuring points. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a center of vision about here. Now, why am I putting it here? I could also put it here. It's actually, let me try and put it here. I'll see what happens. So that's my center of vision. Why would I put my center of vision there? Here's why, you guys. The cone of vision is the basis, is based at the center of vision. It's centered around the center of vision. So if I have a center of vision here, do you see that the minimum cone of vision I can have for this picture to make sense visually is the distance from here to the furthest corner of the frame? Say about there. This one's a little bit closer. This one's a little bit further away. So this distance here is the radius of my cone of vision. Now watch what happens. Watch this, you guys. If I drop a line straight down, this is my line of vision, and I take a 30-degree angle from the cone of vision, do you see that that is the closest possible location for my cone of vision? You guys see that? If I'm any closer, the cone of vision is going to shrink and it's going to be cropping it on the picture now. Yes?
Do you have to worry about the warping that happens when it's near the edge?
Here's the thing, not really that much here, but I'd rather you guys just, well, here's the thing, I want you to know where it is. Well, actually, hold that thought for a second. Let me come back to that question after I do one or two more things, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. But I would suggest that you try to make the cone of vision be at least encompass the entire picture frame, and I'll explain why in a minute. But so this would be the nearest possible station point. Now watch this, you guys. So if I line this up here, and I put a 90, everyone eyes up for a second. So I line that up. Oh, I'm sorry, I do this. So if this is my station point, and I connect to my first VP, look what happens. You see how much further out that vanishing point has to be? Now I could say, oh, you know what, oh, screw that. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's do this. What if I put my vanishing point here? Okay. You see what I mean? I could do that. Now the end result of this is these lines are going to stay the same, but you see these lines now shift. That's what you're going to run into. Now, let's say you say, but I love my composition, John. I don't want to change that. Okay, here's what you could do. Watch. You have 4 points. Any 3 are arbitrary. Your 4th one is fixed. Let me show you what that means. Let's say let's say Raphael said, you know what, I really, really, really want that. I want that proportion, I want that shape. Okay, here's what he has to do. He has to find a 90-degree angle that goes through both those points. Now he can do it, I could do it like, say that. I could say, okay, this is my station point. Take that. But now watch. Now it means that's my cone of vision, which you can do if you decide that, let's say, I decide, well, okay, I'll make my picture then like that. You see what I mean? So you can do anything you want. You can choose which things are important to you, which things, like if he says, no, I want that shape right there, okay, well now you got to change the size of your picture. Or move one vanishing point out, or bring both of them together a little bit and change the angle slightly. So you can do anything you want, but the key is you need to establish those basic relationships. Yes?
I remember you saying, like, if we know what we're, like, how we're gonna using out of the vision for like working, if we know we're doing that and we're aware of it, is that okay, or should we stay away from doing it?
Let's come back, let's come back to that question now. So, can you go outside the cone of vision? Yes, you can. I would encourage you guys to be careful doing so, and if you do so, make sure you're not doing so accidentally. You know, make sure you know exactly where the cone of vision is, because yeah, you can play it out.